Chris Hemsworth, widely recognized for his portrayal of the powerful and charismatic god of thunder in the Thor series, has recently shared a profound and candid perspective on the role that money plays in his life. This revelation comes from a heartfelt conversation where he delved into his evolving understanding of success, reflecting on how his priorities have shifted over the years. Hemsworth, who has built a remarkable career in Hollywood, starting from humble beginnings, opened up about how his relationship with financial success has transformed significantly. He emphasized that he is now much more detached from the allure of monetary gains compared to how he felt about it a decade and a half ago. This change in mindset marks a pivotal moment in his personal growth, showcasing a maturity that goes beyond the glitz and glamour of stardom. In his discussion, Hemsworth candidly admitted to feeling a sense of guilt in the past when money influenced his career decisions. He recalled moments where he would rationalize choices that weren't purely driven by creative passion but by financial necessity. For instance, he would think back to his origins, reminding himself that he came from modest circumstances, and question whether he had the right to turn down lucrative opportunities. This internal conflict stemmed from a desire to provide for his family and loved ones. He explained how he would justify accepting roles or projects that might not align perfectly with his artistic vision, but they allowed him to support those close to him. Specifically, he mentioned thoughts like being able to pay for his parents' house or help out his cousins financially. This mindset was rooted in a deep sense of responsibility and gratitude for his rise from nothing to international fame. Moreover, Hemsworth reflected on how his former self would have measured fulfillment through external validation such as landing major nominations, starring in blockbuster franchises, or achieving box office dominance. He now views that mentality as somewhat ridiculous or absurd, highlighting a significant shift in his values. He described how he once believed that accolades like award nominations or leading the biggest films would bring him a sense of self-worth and satisfaction. However, with time and experience, he has come to realize the hollowness of such pursuits. This introspection reveals a deeper understanding of what truly matters in life, moving away from materialistic benchmarks toward more intrinsic sources of happiness. A turning point in Hemsworth's outlook occurred when his father, Craig, was diagnosed with Alzheimer's disease. This family health crisis prompted him to re-evaluate his priorities, placing greater emphasis on spending quality time with his loved ones. He now focuses more on his relationship with his wife, Elsa Pataky, and their children, daughter India and twin sons Sasha and Tristan. This shift underscores the fragility of life and the importance of cherishing moments with family over chasing financial or professional highs. Hemsworth's story is a reminder that even those who seem to have it all can face personal challenges that reshape their worldview. In addition to family, Hemsworth has been working on building his self-esteem independently of external factors. He admitted that while he still needs to remind himself occasionally, his sense of self-worth no longer depends on material possessions, fame, or wealth. This ongoing effort to maintain a balanced perspective shows his commitment to personal development. He spoke about curbing his once insatiable drive to race forward in his career, becoming more aware of life's impermanence. Thoughts about his father's limited time left have influenced him to slow down and appreciate the present. Hemsworth also touched on how his children's growth has affected him. With his kids now at ages 11 and 13, he notices the changes in their family dynamics, such as the end of nights where they would fight to sleep in their parents' bed. These small but significant shifts serve as poignant reminders of time passing, further reinforcing his detachment from money-centric goals. Expanding on this theme, one can see how Hemsworth's journey mirrors broader societal reflections on success and happiness. In a world where celebrity culture often equates worth with wealth, his honesty provides a refreshing counter-narrative. He challenges the notion that financial abundance alone leads to fulfillment, advocating instead for emotional connections and personal well-being. His background, growing up in Australia with limited resources, likely fueled his initial drive for financial security, but success has taught him that true richness lies elsewhere. Hemsworth's career trajectory offers context to his evolved views. Starting with roles in Australian television, he broke into Hollywood with Thor in 2011, which catapulted him to global stardom. Franchises like the Marvel Cinematic Universe brought immense wealth, but as he notes, it also brought pressures to continually pursue bigger opportunities. Now, with projects like Extraction and Furiosa, he selects roles that align more with his creative interests rather than just the paycheck. This detachment from money doesn't mean Hemsworth disregards its importance entirely. Rather, he has learned to not let it dictate his choices. He acknowledges the privileges it affords but stresses the need for balance. His message resonates with many who struggle with work-life balance, especially in high-pressure industries. In elaborating on his guilty conscience, Hemsworth provides insight into the psychological toll of fame. The constant justification of decisions based on money can lead to internal conflict, as he experienced. By sharing this, he humanizes the celebrity experience, showing that even stars face dilemmas about integrity versus practicality.